Oh no, watch out. Oh dear. Not good. We've got a Renault pile-up. We're going to be looking at some classic Renaults in beamng. This French manufacturer is one of the oldest continuously running car manufacturers in the world. It started in 1899, and I've chosen 4 iconic Renaults that will show us a bit of their history. We're starting with the Renault 8. This is a compact car that's rear-engined and rear-wheel drive. As you can see, pretty cool design. It was first produced in 1962 and finished production in 1973. Let's drive this thing around. So start it up. There we go. Sounds pretty cool. Here we go. Whoa, we're off. She's shaking. As you can see, the vent there in the back looks pretty cool. And as we drive it around, well, it's not very fast, but, you know, this is a 60s car. It's not going to be that powerful. Whoa. Pretty revolutionary car for its time. French manufacturers seem to kind of, you know, make quite revolutionary cars. Oh, and this was certainly quite a futuristic car at the time. Very boxy shape, though. It's like 3 boxes, basically. But, you know, that's fine. It's pretty cool. Whoa. Yeah. Now, this isn't really the vehicle I wanted to drive, because there is the R8 Gordini, and that is a much more powerful version with 89 horsepower. And here it is. Let's rev this baby up. Whoa, we are off. As you can see, there's a roll cage in here. It looks pretty cool. Have we got an interior view? Oh, please say we've got an interior view. Oh, we haven't got an interior view. That's fine. But this car had a lot of success rallying and racing, and it's basically a tuned version. Whoa. Off the Renault 8. Ooh. Oh, it's weird. It's front-wheel drive. But yeah, it had a lot of success rallying. I think you can drive one of these in one of the Dirt Rally games, which is pretty cool. Oh, yeah. So, let's move on to the next Renault. And it's this, the Renault 25. So this was produced between 1983 and 1992 as Renault's flagship model. Start that baby up. Listen to it purr. That sounds really, really nice. Now, this is 40 years old this year. It's a very, very old car now, but it was, at the time, one of the first cars that was built from scratch to be quite an aerodynamic car. It might look a bit boxy by today's standards, but this was actually, briefly, the most aerodynamically efficient car in the world. Now, it has an incredibly floaty suspension. Wow. And the interior here is pretty retro and cool. Loving it. Look at the space in the back there. I mean, like, French presidents, I think, use this. Whoa. Let's put it into sport mode. See if that helps at all. Has it found that the suspension at all? Oh, I don't know. Not much. Here we go. So how fast is it? Well, you know what? It handles pretty well. Whoa, brake. Yeah, it's got a good amount of grip. Not bad. Quite slow to pick up on the power. Sounds like a V6 to me. And then brake. Whoa. Now, unfortunately, a lot of the automatic versions of the Renault 25 were scrapped a long time ago because the automatic gearbox in these was very, very unreliable. Well, it's very rare to see a Renault 25 even in France today, but if you do see one, it's going to be a manual because apparently they were much more reliable. And, whoa. An interesting fact for Americans is that this car formed the basis of the Eagle Premier and the Dodge Monaco of the late 80s and early 90s. So they literally used the chassis and the basis of this Renault for their American hatchback. I think that's AMC, American Motor Corporation. Pretty cool. So this car has a fairly lasting legacy in America too. Now, Renault did actually try to sell a lot of cars in America between like the 60s and the 80s. It didn't work very well. I think they might have withdrawn from the market now. I'm not too sure. Whoa! But a cool, big Renault. Let's move on to the next Renault we're looking at today. Oh! And it's this. This is a Renault 5 Turbo. Now, the Renault 5 was built between 72 and 96. Had a very long run, as many French cars do. But the Renault 5 Turbo was an iconic hot hatch that brought turbochargers to hot hatchbacks. And this thing is absolutely crazy. Now, this is the Renault 5 Turbo 2. It uses a few more stock components compared to the more kind of unique original Renault 5 Turbo, which was totally different to the Renault 5 that you would buy like on an everyday version. But this is still really, really fast. Whoa! Despite being a slightly more stock version of the Renault 5. Okay, let's put it into sport mode. In fact, let's just... No, we can't turn off the drive mode. We just have to keep it in sport. The interior looks pretty cool. We've got a very small steering wheel. And this is a rear-wheel drive, rear or mid-engined, actually, hatchback, because the hatchback in here includes the engine. The engine is in there. It's pretty cool. So Renault didn't make another one of these kind of rear-engined, mid-engined hatchbacks until the Clio V6 in 2000. Whoa. So after this, they pretty much died out, this breed of rear-engined hatchbacks that Renault made. But this thing's so quick and so nimble. Again, a lot of success rallying with this car. 0 to 60 is less than 7 seconds. It's rapid. It's so rapid. Unfortunately, only about 5,000 Renault 5 turbos were made across both generations. Which sucks, doesn't it? We want more of them. God, look at it go! 185 horsepower, I think it's got. Where did I crash the Renault 25? Somewhere down here, I think. Yeah! That is so cool! So a couple more corners. Ooh, bit of a spin there. Nice. And look at the rear diffuser. Looks so good. I think it's down here, isn't it? Oh no! Watch out! Oh dear. Not good. We've got a Renault pile-up. And the final Renault we're looking at today is the original Renault Megane. This was produced between 1995 and 2002. And it was one of the first Renaults to produce during their kind of period in the company where they were trying to make really safe Renaults. So they completely... Oops, hot the horn. They completely adjusted their brand image to be about safety in like the mid-90s. And this car was top of its class in, I guess, the small sedan segment. Got 4 stars at Euro NCAP, and in 2003, this car's successor, the Megane 2, was the first car in the world to get a Euro NCAP rating of 5 stars, the very top. So let's drive this thing a bit around the town. Oh, slightly hit that. We're just going to drive around the town, I think. We're not going to go down the mountain road. Look at this thing go, yeah. So I think these have aged pretty well. For a 90s car, they look pretty good. Maybe at the rear it's not so great, but in Britain these are really popular. You don't see many of them anymore. I think this is an unfortunate thing about cars, especially in the UK, where we had something called the scrappage scheme. So the government in about the mid-2000s, there was a scheme to get you into a new car, and they would pay you lots of money, comparatively, for your scrappy, your crappy old car. Well, not crappy, really, but you know what I mean. If you had an old car, you could sell it to the government on this scrappage scheme, and they would just be completely totaled, sent to a scrapyard and sold on as scrap metal. Unfortunately, we lost a lot of cool and rare cars that have begun to, appreciate massively in value recently. Or maybe they've only appreciated because there's none of them left. Oh dear, how do we do? Not too bad in the crash test. I think we need a faster crash test. And a lot of these would have been scrapped, unfortunately. I'm a big fan of these kind of old cars. This era of cars I like a lot. I drive a car from 2003, but it was designed in the mid-90s, so I can definitely empathise with people that love this car. So here we go. Let's crash into this wall, or this tree here. Here we go. Slow motion. Let's see that 4-star magic. Look at that. The passenger compartment hasn't deformed at all. Well, maybe a bit, but not much at all, considering it was a very fast crash into a tree. Well, there you go. That was my look at some classic Renaults in beamng. All of these mods were made in automation. I'll leave links to them in the description down below. And if you want to see me do more of these videos, make sure to like the video and let me know in the comments. If you also have a suggestion maybe of a brand you'd like me to do next, I've got some ideas, let me know in the comments or over on my suggestions channel on my Discord server. Now, if you want to see another video like this, I did a video looking at some classic Citroens. You can click that video on screen right now. I think you'll enjoy it if you enjoyed this one. And yeah, I hope to see you soon for some more beamng content. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon for some more simulator adventures.